Alright guys, welcome to another video. Let's get straight to the point and let's make this video as short as possible. This is going to be my last PS Vita port games video. Porting your games over to the Vita when you have the right files is pretty much straightforward. So we're just going to be doing a batch of ported games, and this is pretty much going to be the last video I do on ported games. Just because the files are going to be available in my Discord. You can go over to my Discord, find whatever game you want, ported game that is, and download it and pretty much just follow the steps here on how to get them to work. So the first thing that we're going to go ahead and do is getting the memory SD2Vita working and configured. Right, so let's go ahead and navigate to Vita Deploy. Once we're here, let's go to Miscellaneous and let's go to Formatting Storage Device, and we're gonna target SD2Vita format. Once you have it formatted, make sure you take all of the files from the Vita, and this is only if you did not have SD2Vita before and now you got a new SD2Vita and you want to take all of the information from the internal storage from the Vita into the SD2Vita. So you'll take all the files here and transfer it into the micro SD card. This might take a few minutes. But remember, this is the internal memory card of the PS Vita right now. It is currently hacked, but this PSP is not using a micro SD2Vita yet. So as you can see, the micro SD2Vita is out, and right now we are setting up the micro SD card. So once I finish transferring the hack and all of my modded files from the internal into my micro SD that's plugged into the computer, then I can go ahead and put in that micro SD card here. Files are successfully in your micro SD card. What we're going to go ahead and do is just put it in the adapter like so. Let's go ahead and go into Vita database, search up SD2 and install switch SD2Vita. Once you do that, after you successfully done that, go ahead and click on switch SD2Vita. And then you're going to go ahead and click on switch to UXO, and then we're going to do reboot your Vita. All right, so how do you know it successfully worked? All right, so first things first, you should have all of your applications the way that they were before. If you see that your applications are not like they were before, then the file transfer from the internal PS Vita original mod into the SD card was unsuccessful, and you probably try it again. To be able to retry that again, you'll remove the SD card adapter, turn off the device without the SD card adapter, and let your device boot, and that should take you back to your internal device or your internal storage. Let's go ahead and triple check. The way you triple check is by going into settings. So I got a micro SD card that was 128 gigs. So if we go into system and then system information, under storage, you should see around 120. Once you do that, you want to go ahead and navigate to Vita Shell. And just make sure that your UXO, as you see, it says 116 gigabytes. That means that we are now using the SD2Vita card, which is perfect. Awesome. Now, let's go to the computer. Take a look at the games we're going to put in the Vita. Let's go ahead and connect the Vita to the computer now. I'm going to do this through the micro SD card, so it's a little faster. And now that we have the micro SD card for the Vita right here, I'm going to open up data. So now that we have the SD card on the left side for the PS Vita, on the right side we have the games that we want to port over. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to take all of these. I'm using WinRAR, so I'm going to go ahead and right click, selecting all of those and doing extract files here. Once that's finished, you get get all of these perfectly right here. Triple check in there. Fine, those are all the files that we need. Then we're gonna take all of these data folders and put it inside of the data inside of the PS Vita. So we're gonna take that, all of these files here, and put it in data. All of these files can be found in my Discord. All right, once it's done, we're gonna go ahead and just make sure they're all there. And as you can tell, they are all there. Perfect. Make sure you refresh just to triple check. Right. Once that's there, what I like to do is go back to the root folder of your USB drive or your micro SD card. And I like to create a VPK folder. And in this VPK folder, I usually just put the VPKs there of these games. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this because I don't need this. Go back to ported games. And we're gonna take all of these VPKs, put them in there, right? And that's done. And I'm just gonna check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. All those games are here and all the data folders are where they should be. So now let's go ahead and move to the Vita. Now that we're in the Vita, let's just go ahead and make sure that we do a couple of things. One of those things is make sure that we run VitaDB. VitaDB usually helps us update our run end time. I've done that already, so won't do it. I'm also just going to run shark food, update anything that needs to be updated. Awesome, that's that. I'm also gonna go to auto plugin just to make sure that I have the proper plugin. Once you do data transfer from the internal into your micro SD card, sometimes certain things need to be updated. I'm gonna go ahead and look for QBridge or CupBridge, however you say it. Make sure that's installed. On the right side, you see the little green dot that means it's installed. Now, after we check all of that, let's go ahead into Vita Shell. I'm gonna go into VPKs, put those games VPK. So we're gonna install all of them one by one. All right, so all of the games should now be installed. And like I said, as long as the data folder is in here for all of those games that we just installed, you should be perfectly fine. All we need to do is install the VPKs. Now, once we get out of here, Vita Shell, we go all the way down. You should see all the games that we just installed. So Doom, Dead Space, Final Fantasy, and we're gonna try all of them. Try every single one of them and see if it works. All right, so as you can see, it looks like you haven't installed data disport or they are incorrect location. Please make sure that you have UXO data. So we're missing okay, so let's see what's going on with that. So the issue with this is that Dead Space folder is within Dead Space. So what we have to do and as you can see, that works. Not doing much of editing as far as like if I get an error or something, I'm just gonna let you see it so we can find a fix or see what could have gone wrong while I test these games specifically. All right, Doom. All right, Doom seems to be working fine. Awesome, perfect. Fantasy 4 says this feature unlockable trophy, but it's not installed if you want to be able. Okay, I don't care about that. Perfect. I don't care about trophies. That. Awesome. Final Fantasy 4. Final Fantasy 4 after years. If you want information on how to overclock your device, please watch my other video. Final Fantasy 5. Fantasy 5. Tomb Raider. How do you say it? Tomb Raider? Tomb Raider? A lot of people have been asking me for this game, so finally. Oh, this one has the trophy thing too. Awesome. Driver. I'm actually gonna try this game. I really enjoy the driver series. I hear that this game is a little buggy though, and that the port is not 100%. I mean, you can tell, like, look at the font here. Some of these ports are not perfect. Caliber. That's about it, guys. This is my last port video. I'm not gonna be making any more on how to things like that. Most of you guys just honestly need the files, and like I said, I can provide them. They're in my Discord. Ask, you can go ahead and pull that up. Anyways, please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, so I would really appreciate your help. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Take care. See ya.